Hey everybody, AZ Badfish here. Welcome back to PrimeFools. Man, I've been having such a blast on this server. Modded is so much fun, you guys. So, fun fact, this is the second time I'm recording this intro, and I'm actually recording it now after having recorded this entire episode and edited the footage and stuff like that, because I need to cut out the first part. So at the end of the last episode, I mentioned I would show you my Botania stuff. And this is it. I'm keeping my promise now. This is it. I'm about to cut out several minutes of me explaining what this stuff is and how it works. There's a bunch of different tutorials out there if you guys want to see it. And the truth is, I don't need this at all right now. I had specific purpose that I wanted some of these blocks and stuff for, and that has all changed. So, in an effort to cut out a bit of time in this episode, and without further ado, let's cut to what is now surely going to be an awkward transition. Alright, enough of that magical flower stuff. Let's get on to some other things. So off camera, I've been a little busy building a platform. It's a much smaller circle than our primary platform, but I think this is going to be a pretty good size for what I want to do with it. So I like these stairs, by the way. If you've seen that movie, it's an old movie called Flight of the Navigator. It kind of reminds me of the shape, at least, of the steps from that spaceship. But yep, this is all just starting. By the way, it's not permanent or anything like that. I mean, it's mostly permanent, but I'm still messing with the design. Anyways, up here I want to put our chickens, because we need to get started with chickens. We need to get them going. I need to get those ender pearls is what I really need. So I've been thinking about the things that we need, and I'm pretty sure it'll all fit in here. Now, we know that the hen house will collect all the items that the chicken drops. Well, all the items the chicken lays is what it does. So like the chicken manure and like the feathers and stuff, I don't think it'll pick up. Actually, does it pick up feathers? I don't know. I know it doesn't pick up manure. But anyways, so the items that they drop will get picked up. And it does that in a 9x9 area. So we need one in a size like this. Will pick up all the items for us. And then we can ship those items off to wherever we want. So I'm thinking that we'll just hook it up to a chest with an import bus and ship it back to our ME system back there. Also, this is taking up a bit of room though, because there's a few other areas that we need. If we remember, we need a small pen for the rooster, so that if we only have one type of chicken, we can turn that into two. We need the hatchery, I suppose, which is going to need to be a little bit bigger. It's going to have the nests, it's going to have the redstone lamps, and then we need a temporary holding space for the chickens that that we don't necessarily need anymore, that aren't part of our system. And then we need the actual breeding system itself. So there's not really enough room on this platform for all of those things, unless I take this 9x9 and move it up, which is what I think I want to do. So I am going to get building. I've been talking for long enough. Great way to start the episode. Let's just spend 20 minutes talking. So, alright, so this is what I've got going on for now. I think this is looking pretty good. Obviously you're not going to be able to see this factory, but this is just so I can see from the top and the bottom where the hen house is going to go. And then when I'm ready to hook it up, I can just come break this block. So Super Turtle actually just flew by and gave us all these ender pearls. So that is pretty sweet. Very nice of him. Very nice of him. So I'm trying to think of how I want to handle now the rest of this. Do I want to put more grass in the floor here? Because it just feels weird having animals on these metal grates, right? Like, it seems like you should have them on grass, even if it's just like a temporary area. But at the same time, if I put grass on this, I have to then do something under here, which I guess wouldn't be that big of a deal. I might want to do that anyways, just because of the cabling and stuff that's going to have to go on in here. So yeah, I might just do that. Alright, so let me think about this. So if I want to have a temporary pen here, what kind of fence would look best, I guess? Alright, I've got a bunch of oak, and some spruce. I'm just wondering if either of these will work alongside these blue. Actually, I don't think either is really that bad. The oak isn't as bad as I was thinking it might be, just because it's so bright and this is so dark, but that actually kind of makes it better. I don't know, they're about the same. What does it look like up there, though? That's going to be the question, because this is all fairly light colored, too. Does oak look good here? I mean, it looks fine. How does spruce look? You know, honestly, they're about the same. And actually, I think I like the oak a little bit better because there's so many dark colors around in the background. Yeah, I just, for some reason, I like the oak better. I can't explain why. Yeah, that oak fence looks pretty good. I went ahead and took this up and added some glass just to protect them from any lightning that might happen. Got the hen house in place now, and down here, I've got my little area sorted out. So obviously, I've got a small little area for the rooster. Doesn't need a lot of space there. You just need enough to plop a rooster and another chicken. And here's going to be my nesting area, and this will be my just a temporary holding place. Now, the nesting pen and the holding area do share a hen house. Hopefully that works, and I need to get these guys connected up. So I'm thinking if I run some item conduits down like this. Now, as it is right now, I'm pretty sure the chickens can actually go between these two pens, and in theory could even get all the way out. But if I put a conduit facade on here, do I even have any? I don't think I have any right now. Oh well, I have this transparent one, so at least you guys can see what I mean. So if I take this conduit facade and put that on, oops, can't hold shift while you're doing that. Put that on there. There you go. Now no chickens are going to be able to jump through there. So I probably won't use the blue glass one just because that looks pretty strange, but you get the idea. So over here, I've kind of measured out where I want, or where I'm thinking of putting the nesting pens. So let me look in here. Do I have any? I don't really. Alright, so I made myself up a couple of diamond chests, and how about I slap one right here for now, and this is actually, I want to hook these up. Now, I guess I'll go ahead and just run it along here. It doesn't really matter. I want to hook both of these up to the same chest, and oh man, sometimes these are so hard to click on. That looks terrible. We'll probably clean that up later. Yeah, it's a little bit nicer. Okay, so now I can come over here, slap this guy down. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but let's take a look. Do I have? I do. Sweet. So now I can start putting down my nesting pens. So these guys, I'm going to do the same configuration as I had set up in my my testing environment that I had set up earlier, if you guys remember from a couple episodes ago. But it was something like this, and now I'll just throw these guys on like that, and now I can continue these up for a while. Now I don't have very many more. As you can see, I've only got 4 more. Can I? Yeah, these are being weird. You know what, maybe if I run the conduit first. Yeah, because now I can do that. Nice. Alright, so what I gotta do is go through, make sure these are all sucking stuff out. And that this last one is on insert, and there we go. So now I should be able to start putting chickens in here, and they will start breeding. And I can do that. Oh, you know what? I've even got 2 more that I somehow missed. Come on, connect. What's going on here? There we go. That was weird. Okay. Okay, so getting a little more set up now, a little more organized. Got a rooster in there, and I guess that's an empty thing here. So let's get, I've got a bunch of egg nests that need to go in here. And then I want these chicken feeders here in the corner. Now, they can't, can they jump out? If I can jump out, I'll bet a chicken can jump out. Well, I'm not in love with the clear glass here, but it does get the job done. I might have to come revisit that later. But for now, this is a pretty good start. So this should be ready to go. I might actually need to grab some wheat and make sure that... Oh no, it's not wheat, it's hay bales. Aha. So, hay bales. Make sure these hen houses are powered, because that's how you power them, if you didn't know. We'll throw some hay bales in there, and then once stuff starts dropping on the ground, it should get picked up. Go ahead and do the same thing for this one. Yeah. I can't drop it on the ground either. It has to actually be laid by a chicken. So, but that should be... I mean, yeah, that's how this works, right? So, okay. These are connected, but I don't really want to do it with a wrench. I want to do it with this. So I just want to look at this. Extract, always active. Need to make sure this one is also, excuse me, extract, always active. And then make sure that I'm on insert. Sweet. Okay. So this should be ready to go. Now I think one of the first new chickens that I really want to breed, unfortunately, I mean, of course, we've got the Ender Pearl chickens. So I want to get these guys in here as soon as possible. And luckily, I've got 2 eggs here. I gotta quit doing that. Is it right click? I don't know why it does that. It's so weird. It should have just put it in there. But okay, sweet. So I've got one that looks like he's grown up, and then a baby who is gonna be eating with those feeders. Let's grab my chicken analyzer and check these guys out. Now I think the adult I can see, yeah, of course he's a 111, and this guy, yeah, still growing, but we should see his cooldown timer be dropping a little bit faster. I guess he's just not actually eating the seeds. I could force feed him if I wanted to. Okay, but aside from these Ender Pearl chickens, I think it's going to be pretty important to, in addition to my already base level 10s base chickens, I need to get base color chickens so I can start getting all of the rest of the colors, because those colors, the dye chickens basically, are important for breeding. So like I breed, for instance, I have iron chickens already. If I breed an iron chicken with a yellow chicken, that gives me a gold chicken. So I need obviously each of the colors, and yeah, I'm glad I put this row of glass up here because this guy would be escaping right now. Escaper. So, what I need to do, I think I've already got the bone white chickens, so I also need, in addition to white, I also need black, and then red, yellow, green, and blue. So I will need to dye those, I will need to dye some eggs, actually, those colors. So I've got some regular eggs here, I've got access to my wireless terminal. Let's see how many of these eggs I can make. As it turns out, looks like I had enough for all of them. Sweet. So, exit out of that. Move over here. I should be able to take 2 yellow eggs, dye them into yellow chicken eggs. Bam. Like that. And then do the same with the rest of these colors. And then in addition to the already level 10 bone white chickens that I have, these would be all of the primary colors. And then I can breed these together the same way you would mix dyes together, basically, to get the rest of the colors. So I already have 6. There's 10 more to get. Now, these guys, how are we doing out here? How did you poop up on top of this? Man, you chickens are gross. So, right, if we look in here, I should be able to see, okay, yeah, level 111, as I expected. Seriously, what is... Oh, it's my electromagnet that's doing it. Alright, get distracted. What was I doing? Oh, yes, I need animal nets. Animal nets. Do I have any in here? Nope. How about in here? I have a couple. Sweet. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these ender pearl chickens and I'm going to put them in these nesting pens so that they will breed together and give me a higher level ender pearl chickens so that we can obviously continue getting level 10s like we did before in the last episode. Well, not like the last episode, but the one from a while ago. So will this work the same way? I don't know why it's not. Okay, there it goes. Yellow, green, black, red, blue. Nice. So now we just wait. Well, I guess while I wait, it wouldn't hurt to get some iron chickens just going and at least producing a little bit of iron for us while nice. While we wait for these guys to hatch. Hey, babies! Nice. They're so colorful. Makes sense, of course. We'll wait for these guys to grow up and then we'll load them into our nesting pens. How are we doing on eggs? We got one. Just need one more, and then we'll pop them in the nests. So the maintenance part of this is actually pretty easy. Once your babies grow up, you just grab your new pair here, and it really does work best if you wait till you get 2 new eggs in here. That way you can add them in pairs. That way you always know that that both the new guys are always going to be better than both of the old guys. You don't even have to like go through and look at their stats. You just kind of know. So I get these guys in here, and now I can grab the old ones out, and we can drop them in here because we don't need them yet or anymore. And then I'll go in here and grab any of the eggs that are left over from the old pair, because the new pair is going to be giving us much better eggs. And then I'll drop them off in here. And I just kind of keep doing that. So while I wait, I might as well figure out something else to do with here, because I want to make sure I get all of the chickens covered. Even though these guys I'm not necessarily trying to keep them around. I definitely want to make sure nothing bad happens to these guys, and I figure it makes sense just to kind of extend this glass platform out a bit, maybe around to cover most of this platform. Then we can get rid of these fence posts, and then maybe add some cooler looking uprights here. Alright, moving a little bit further along here. I think these marble pillars are looking pretty cool. Chiseled to the rough pillar pattern, I guess you would call it. And yeah, these guys are just trucking along. We're getting pretty close. We got our first 10s in there. Not all of them are, it's not 10s yet. But each one of those eggs in there, I believe, has at least one of those things at level 10. So now, when I originally came up with the idea for this base, right, I was like, yeah, I'm going to have platforms. I'm going to have these big, like, funnel-shaped things, like the Jetsons and, like, Star Wars and stuff. That was, I wanted to connect them with like those transfer tubes. You remember what I'm talking about? If you remember, I'm pretty sure they had them in FoolCraft Season 1. I know they had them in Hermit Pack, I think. But those big green tubes that you would click in as a player and it would shoot you across, I wanted to connect them all with that and then have like the wires for like power and the ME cables and all that stuff visible and make it look real kind of, I don't know, futuristic or very industrial, I guess. I don't know. But those transfer tubes, I can't find them. I don't think they're in this pack, so I'm not going to have them. But I still think it would be cool to have some cables visible. Now, I don't need any power cables for this. None of this requires any power really, except for the redstone lamps. But that's just a lever there. So all I need is an ME cable, and I think I want to connect it underneath here. Now, where is my... Here we go. So let's grab some of these cables. I got a bunch of them. Now, I want to run it underneath here. And I think this side will be pretty easy, because I can just kind of... oh, yeah. I guess it is going to be weird, because you can't just do diagonal connection. That's cool. I'll just kind of zigzag it along, maybe. Like this? Yeah, from some angles it looks pretty bad, and then from some angles, whoops, it looks pretty cool. So, yeah. Anyways, connecting that end's not going to be an issue. Connecting this end, however, is going to be kind of tricky. I'm going to have to get under here. Oh, good. I thought, for some reason, I thought this level up here went further. So this is actually going to be easier than I thought also. Sweet. And then I can just run it. Yeah, actually, I don't even need to break that. I can come here and just run it right to here. So now we got a live cable here. Alright, we'll just kind of run it like this. So the real question is, where do I want this to come in? And I think right here is probably a good spot for it. So we can just continue to kind of zig it along. Then come up here and connect it up. And then I'll need to go create another one of these conduit facades. And then figure out what exactly I want to do with this. Right, so this is what I'm going to do with it. I've got it linked up to a crafting terminal, just like I do in most of the rest of the base, which I just think that's pretty cool. You know, I've got one of these AE facade thingies, cable facades, yeah. Over top of it, it just looks pretty neat. Have it in the floor like that, just like buried anywhere in the base. I can access my whole storage and crafting stuff. It's pretty cool. So I swapped out the diamond chest here for a regular chest because that is actually in there. I'm about to hook up an import bus to this and hook it up to the system. So basically everything that the chickens lay, like all the stuff that they lay, like so all the dyes and ender pearls and iron, it's all going to go directly into the system with a little bit of a buffer there in that chest. But likely it's not going to be necessary. And I do have a bunch of chickens up here. In case I didn't make it clear, this is the main chicken harvesting area, I guess. So all the chickens that I want to have producing stuff for me, so like right now this is an iron farm because I have a bunch of iron chickens in here. But once I get a bunch of other chickens, I'll have a whole bunch producing up here, and then yeah, it'll be pretty sweet. I think my next goal is to get some vibrant alloy chickens, but in order to do that, let's just look at this real quick. Vibrant alloy chicken. I need the ender pearl chicken, which I got lucky and I found in the whatever that was. I guess it was called like a roguelike dungeon or something like that. But yeah, I found the ender pearl chickens there. Saved me a bunch of time. That diamond chicken and netherwort chicken is at least 2 or 3 steps to get to. Energetic alloy chicken is a gold chicken and a glowstone chicken. So I already have the glowstone chicken. All I need is the gold chicken, which I'll be able to do once I get a 10-10-10 yellow chicken, breed them up with some iron chickens, good to go. Sweet. So I added a toggle bus, and now I've got this lever here, and as you can see, stuff's piling up. This actually, you can look at it, and it says device offline there. And if I flip this lever, it says device online, and now stuff is coming out of the chest. So if I want to keep the items here for whatever reason, I can do that. So yellow chicken plus iron chicken equals gold chicken. Nice. So this is my first specifically bred chicken. That's pretty sweet. So I think as a rule of thumb, it's always good to breed a pair of chickens, at least for me. Like have any real reason for that. It's just that way I could produce the eggs a lot quicker, and I like to have 3 stacks of eggs. Arbitrarily, I just decided that one day. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm letting these eggs pick up. I am going to go ahead and start breeding up towards my vibrant alloy chicken. And yeah, I guess that's where we're at. Alright guys, so I got some good news. I've got some vibrant alloy chickens down here in the bottom, if you can see them. And check out these gold chickens. They look like zombie pigman chickens. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, they do produce gold nuggets instead of ingots, but that's what it is. So I've also, as you saw those eggs in there, I've now got a pair of chickens for every single color, and the ones that I've got left here, I'm just waiting on getting 3 stacks of their eggs so I can put them in my collection with the rest of these. But yeah, this is going really, really well, you guys. I've just been adding more vibrant alloy chickens to my farm up top. And yeah, this is awesome. I love these guys. So the other thing that we want to look at, there are so many different types of chickens, so many different things that we can use these chickens for. If I ever come to find that, like, hey, I need tanzanite by the truckloads. Well, I can come in and come breed some chickens up. And I've kind of done a real quick once over of all these, and 2 that I'm real interested in are the silicon chickens and the electrical chicken. So for the electrical chicken, I already have the iron chicken, but I do need, look at that, silicone chicken. So that's something I wanted anyways. And for silicone chicken, I need a clay chicken and a sand chicken. And I have sand chickens, obviously, so a clay chicken is a snowball chicken and a sand chicken. Again, I have sand already, but a snowball is a lapis and log. So I'm going to start breeding these guys up. And yeah, I'll come back to you once I've got my chicken farm fully up and operational. Alright guys, so the chicken farm is fully up and operational. Check this out, man. I've got all the stuff my little Ender IO heart could want. I got some electrical steel, right? Glowstone. I've got silicon, ender pearls, vibrant alloys, and of course iron. All that stuff is being generated by this farm. Down here, I've redone things a little bit because now that all of my chickens are level 10s, I don't really need to go through that process of, you know, hatching a pair of them and letting them produce 2 more powerful eggs and then hatching those eggs and then swapping back and forth. So I'm not really going to need the rooster, nor am I going to need the temporary holding cell anymore. So I just made the hatchery huge. I've got 25 spaces now. So at any point in time, if I ever need some of these eggs, which these are all the chickens I've got now, my colored dye chickens, and then my non-dye chickens, I've got colors, eggs in here. So if I ever need a ton of chickens of any one kind, I can at any point take 25 eggs and hatch them, and then drop them off up in here, and they will start producing items, and this will start picking them up for me. So that is pretty sweet. I can also, if I don't have a chicken and I need it, I can just look up how to breed it, take my level 10 chickens, put them together, breed them up in here, and be ready to go. So that is pretty sweet, and that is the chicken farm platform pretty much done. I've still got to do the underneath side, of course, but I think I'm just going to add another layer of marble down here with some marble facades where I need them. So you guys, yeah, definitely going to call that an episode. It's been a bit of a long one. Oh yeah, I've got headphones on now. Been a bit of a long one. Sorry about that, but I hope you guys did enjoy it. I had a lot of fun doing it. I had a lot of fun with these chickens. So if you guys did like it, please do leave a like, leave me a comment, let me know if you've got any suggestions or any things you want to see me do in this FoolCraft series. Make sure you subscribe if you're enjoying the content. You don't want to miss anything. Check out the other PrimeFools. Their links are in my description below. And until next time, you guys, as always, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.